Hey, Fair West neighbors. Let's talk Barber College. Yesterday was May 30th, and we had a meeting with State of the Heart Recovery. The executive director came and gave a bit of a presentation about what the plan is for 601 San Pedro, aka the Barber College, and then fielded questions from the audience for about 40 minutes. So Paul Chavez is executive director of State of the Heart. He came and spoke for about the first 15 minutes, describing State of the Heart Recovery as a nonprofit that he opened up in order to be funded primarily through Medicaid, to use the profits that he saw other companies taking advantage of and then reinvest them into the community. In contrast, he said that's why he wanted to start a nonprofit. State of the Heart Recovery does operate a methadone clinic currently at their building on California and Lynn. They are not proposing methadone dispensing from the Barber College, but they do have a methadone clinic. In total, it seems like they have 3 buildings: 6700 Central Southeast, where we had the meeting, the California and Lynn old post office, where they do therapy as well as a handful of other things and have their methadone dispensing pharmacy, and now 601 San Pedro, which is where they intend to put intensive outpatient programs, one-on-one group therapy, and then things like makerspaces and different therapeutic modalities that may or may not be open to the public. I'm not sure exactly from what was described. I would have liked to have been able to ask more pointed questions, but anyone who was at the meeting probably walked away with the impression of, wow, that was a intense meeting. There was a lot of emotion from both the audience members, and at times I think fairly said defensiveness and emotion from Paul. It was a charged meeting. So thanks for everybody who stuck with it, and thanks to Paul for coming and fielding some questions. Specifically, do they own the entire building? I'm not perfectly sure. There were plans that only listed working on the second floor, the north side. July 1st is when Paul mentioned that they wanted to move services there. More specific details, if they're opening July 1st, you would think they would already have the plan pretty well spelled out. We didn't really see much of a presentation in terms of what is the layout, what sort of improvements are they doing, what's the state of the building, what are the milestones if they want to get more detailed. Didn't hear from any other employees. It was just Paul. So in the 40 minutes when audience members were able to ask questions, there was certainly a fair bit of anger and concern. Paul is operating a business in our neighborhood now at 2 locations with the Barber College, because the methadone dispensing recovery aspect at California and Lynn is also within the neighborhood boundaries. So he's in the neighborhood already. It's a tough line to have open, valuable communication and to allow people to come and express their concerns. I don't think we got great answers to some questions, and I think a number of the concerns really highlight poverty, homelessness, addiction, a number of things that are not just state of the heart. With a date of July 1st given, things are happening, and the reality is, even if there are some people, and I'll just go and say, currently I'm not convinced that this has to be stopped as vehemently as what I heard from certain audience members. But I don't feel like I heard enough about what the plan is, and that is a concern, that the presentation was so vague. I hope Paul is watching this, and if so, please let's try to have a different way of doing this. I think there was a lot of emotion and defensiveness that probably limited access to certain information, but there is a real desire for more information and for more communication. And on the neighborhood side, I would like to help get people who, certainly on Kagwa, and then anyone else who's interested in formulating more targeted questions. One thing as we were wrapping up is not a very productive exchange, but Anita from the audience saying, give us more concrete plans, and Paul saying, ask me a question. Let's ask those questions. Let's put them in writing. Let's send an email. Let's get some answers. I think that's something. Whew. All right. I'm going to link to a forum thread. That's our forum that we run, not hosted on Facebook or Nextdoor or any of that. So if you have technical issues, please just email me, call me, text me, ask a neighbor. I want people to be able to use this forum. And we can talk about how we can organize again to get some more questions and continue this conversation. And if we need to take even further action, we can do that. I hope everybody felt respected at the meeting. I know there was some, it was pretty charged at times. If you have feedback about how the meeting was that I need to hear, please contact me. What else do I have to say? That's it for now. Thanks for listening to all this. Goodbye.